Hello, today is April 16th, Tuesday, 2024. I'm Jason Shapiro with Crowded Market Report. So today's market, not a real lot went on today. I'll say that we did come in and it looked like we were going to have a nice rebound back in the equities today. And then even Powell spoke and he was a little bit more hawkish, I think. At least that's how it was interpreted. And the markets came off pretty hard there, which was sort of here, and then rebounded right away. And it was like, okay, this guy's going to be hawkish. The market's rebounding, you know what I mean? But then we actually came off into the close. And as far as rebound days go, this at the end of the day didn't end up being too good of a rebound day. I mean, the S&Ps were down 12 points. Sure, the Dow was up, but that's because one Dow component accounted for over 100 points in the Dow. But S&P's down 13. The Nasdaq closed down on the day. Not a great rebound day, if you ask me. And it did have the potential. After Powell spoke, and you had bonds down, and bonds closed down, and Powell spoke and was a little more hawkish, and the market looked like it was going to rebound. It looked like there was some potential there, but it just didn't happen. So again, I don't love the stock market here. I really don't. As far as other things go, the number one thing that I'm seeing and hearing now, as far as consensus goes, if you like to look for consensus like I do, and you like to try and fake consensus with good timing like I do, to me, the number one consensus thing is this idea that U.S. rates are going to remain way higher than European rates, because Europe is looking to cut rates. The economies there are weaker, whereas the U.S. is being stubborn. And there's talk of no rate cuts or one rate cut maybe. So that interest rate differential obviously powers the dollar versus the European currencies, and has been doing so. You can see the euro coming down, right? You can see the Swiss franc coming down. But that to me is the number one place to look for some contrarian action here. Now, you don't do it just because it's contrarian. That's what gets you run over. But looking for some market confirmation to do it is the way to do it. And that means if in fact the news that's driving it is the difference in interest rates differential, then what you need is more news showing that, and then the market to rebound, right? So the euro not to go down on something like that. I'm focusing on the Swiss and have already lost a couple times trading the Swiss franc, but I keep my stops tight, and I'm looking for news like that, and you can see the crowdedness in this, right? So that's kind of what I'm focusing on here as sort of the next trade, where I think there's some big potential. But as always, you got to be super patient when you're trying to pick a turn, when you're trying to go against the mass macro, when you're trying to be super contrarian. The main thing about being contrarian is you'll get run over if you're just going to do it, okay, just for the hell of it. You need market to confirm, just like just about anything else. So anyway, those are my thoughts for the day. Sort of weak stock rebound, and bonds making again new year lows, and the dollar really not doing very much. Went up a little bit, not doing much. And back to the European thing, if you look at the currencies today, the best performing currency relatively was Swiss, British pound, and euro. The European currencies, they are starting to outperform the other currencies, right? Yen is just a disaster. So just something to keep your eye on, something to watch out for. And that's really it. Always happy to hear questions and comments. And please check us out at crowdedmarketreport.com. All right, thank you.